Good morning, everybody. Coach Darren here. Fitness over 50, where we don't grow old. No, we age like a fine wine. Whew, what a year. We are about 2 weeks away from the end of 2020, and I can't wait to close the books on this year because this has been just a year for the records. So, are you on the highway to hell? I talk all the time about avoiding burnout, stress, anxiety, how to cut down on it, what you can do to cope with it, but it's really important to be able to spot the signs of burnout. So are you burning out? 2020, I would say, if there's a word you can attach to 2020, is burnout. People just feel burned out. Too much anxiety, too much stress, too much going on in the world. People are just tired. And I'm going to give you 7 signs. You need to pay attention to your body, pay attention to what you're doing, pay attention to your actions, because it's really important. You can't avoid the burnout if you don't realize you're getting burned out. So the first sign is, are you a negative Nelly? Is everything around you bad? Are you cynical about everything? Is it impossible to find a positive in anything in your life? One of the signs of burnout is negativity, cynicism. You just can't find joy in anything. You can't find, no matter what happens, you're walking along and you find, a stack of $100 bills on the ground. Someone had to have stolen that money, and a drug dealer's going to come and kill me if I take that money. I mean, everything is negative. There's no positive. You never see positive at all in the world. Negativity. Second, do you feel exhausted? One of the things with being burned out is you're tired. And, all 7 of these, I tell you, I've gotten burned out, and I have felt all 7 of these when I'm burned out. An 8-hour workday feels like an 80-hour work week. You're just tired. Everything. You just feel fatigue. It's exhausting. That's a sign you're burned out. Another one is short temper. When I am burned out, instead of my fuse being this long, my fuse is about that long. It just takes one little match and I lose my temper. I know with my kids, I'll just explode. They do something minor, something that I should just correct them on and life will go on. But when you're burned out, your temper, you just have very short fuse. You got to pay attention to that, because that's a big one. You don't want to let anger run your day. You don't want to have a short temper. You want to have a lot of patience in life. Number 4, you can't concentrate. Your mind wanders. So you're sitting there trying to work, and you start thinking about other things. You're typing out a document, you're a few sentences into a paragraph, and you just completely forget what you were typing, and your mind just goes off in another direction, usually a bad tangent. Your mind wanders when you're burned out. It's hard to focus when you're burned out. Number 5, it's difficult to sleep. You lay there in bed, tossing and turning, your mind going 100 miles an hour. This is the sleep time. This is the time I'm supposed to be resting, but your mind is just going nuts. It's just, you can't relax. You feel your heart racing. You feel the adrenaline just going through your body, and it's impossible to sleep. When you're burned out, sleep becomes very difficult, which compounds a lot of these other problems. Being exhausted, having a short temper, your mind wandering, being negative. When you're tired, it's hard to be a positive, upbeat person. Headaches. Again, when you're not sleeping and you have all these other problems, you start to get really bad headaches. This is another sign. You got to look at all of these. I'm telling you, if you reflect back on 2020, it is the year of the burnout. It is a year you're just exhausted. You can't, between the election, coronavirus, being locked in your house or wherever you're stuck. If you've got to go out, it's even scarier because you don't want to get the virus. I mean, it's all these things compounded and just, piling up on top of you that can lead to burnout. And then seventh, are you drinking more? They say that alcohol sales are through the roof. People are drinking a lot more to help cope with the stress of the world that we're living in right now. Now, if you start to see that, hey, I notice, I'm a little negative a lot. Check. I'm really tired. Check. My temper. Woo-wee. I have a short temper. Check. I can't focus on anything. Check. It's really hard for me to sleep. Check. I've been getting frequent headaches. Check. I've been hitting that bourbon a lot harder than I used to. Check. You got to really start to think about burnout, and you got to do something about it. There are many ways, I talk all the time, tips and techniques to deal with stress, anxiety, burnout. You really need to start focusing on those. Working out, super good for you. Eating healthy, really good for you. Practicing mindfulness, meditation, yoga, it's all good to help fight burnout. Anyway, if you find this useful, I always love, give me a thumbs up, a heart, a share. I appreciate it. We'll talk more over the course of the next 2 weeks about how to plan for 2021, how to deal with burnout, how to deal with stress, and we'll have our Workout Wednesday. We've got 2 Workout Wednesdays left. I will see you for a terrific Tuesday.